That's new.
This is in the way. Okay.
I can't hear the music, Jacqueline.
I can try turning it up. Still can't hear it?
I think you have to your share settings on Zoom. That's okay.
Yay!
Yay. Yes, so that's food engineering. And what I think really to take away from that is, at Cafe, we sort of define it as any engineering process, the process of doing engineering work. And if it relates to the food industry, we'll call it food engineering. So if you're working in supply chain, packaging, even if it's not necessarily food science directly, if you're like a project manager at a food company, we like to call it food engineering here.
So that basically just leads on to the next question is, what is cafe? So we prepared a short video to show you all.
Welcome to CAFE, the Canadian Association of Food Engineers. We are a nationwide team of engineering students committed to the innovation in food engineering. And our mission is to help you explore the food industry and all of its niches. In 2013, we have been hosting professional development and networking events with fun twists. From research panels to gadget design competitions to Jeopardy night, our events will provide you with all you need to learn about the ever-growing landscape that is the food industry. If you miss any of our events, you can always learn more about them when our magazine comes out. Every semester, we release a new magazine, each with a different theme. Our past two themes were international agriculture and confectionaries, and each magazine contains event highlights, food facts, articles, and crosswords. Make sure to stay tuned for everything we have planned this year through our website and social media.
That was wildly uncomfortable for me.
Well, I hope that you all enjoy that. So now you have some general gist of what cafe and what food engineering is. So one thing that we kind of want to show off / flex is that we were NGSOC's 2021 Affiliated Club of the Year. And on that side right there is the plaque that we won.
Yes. And, just to get a little bit more into that, Cafe started in 2013, I believe, and it was very small. It was a small club. The year that Sarah Birch and I joined, it was 3 people, and it was unique. It was a niche that really wasn't being fulfilled. And in the last couple of years, we've just grown it and started so many new initiatives, so many new programs, including our mentorship program and the magazine, for example. And it's really just been an amazing time and an amazing organization to be a part of. And yeah, I don't know if Sarah, you want to vouch for that or speak to your experience a little bit.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm just going to say, yeah, like what Muskan said, we definitely grew the club a lot. It's a lot bigger of a team than it was before. And we host a lot of really fun events. There's usually a bunch of prizes, so like you can always get your friends together and come join our events. They're a lot of fun, and you definitely learn something, and you'll definitely get in touch with some people in industry, which is pretty cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking for events, Jacqueline, I guess you can get into our event timeline. You know, what do we have planned for the 2021-2022 school year?
Well, I'll get more into that, but I also just wanted to show you all some of the companies that we worked with. I know some of these are more like UofT affiliated, like through UofT, but amazingly enough, UofT Cafe has had the chance to work with a lot of other companies such as Nesty and Sorted Club, if you heard of those ones. So if you join our cafe events, you will get to be exposed to people from all sorts of industries in the food engineering. So these are just some example collaborators.
And to really, you know, talk about the club, like I'm doing my PY at Kellogg. You know, our founder, she worked at Nestle for years. We have another member, you know, they've done internships at Unilever, Mondelez, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So through joining cafe and through these experiences, it's actually led to, you know, real tangible leads into the food industry, which I just think is amazing.
All right, so our event timeline for the year, obviously today is our kickoff event, which you all joined, hooray. But I hope that I get to see you all at the events throughout the year. So one event that is upcoming for next month is going to be our case competition. And last year we actually held it with Sorted Food, if you've ever heard of their YouTube channel and such, where we gave them a case and then the teams would create a design to solve the situation, and then the Sorted Food actually judged it. So that was a lot of fun. So please come on out to our case competition. Then in November, it's going to be our final event of the fall term. It's going to be a PUI plus industry mixer. So it'll be a good chance for you to, if you're about to go into PUI, it would be a good chance for you to like network with food engineering professionals, as well as just like, you know, get your almost like get your name out there, because you actually get to meet people that are already working at the company. Then when we go off to our winter term, so one thing that we're really ambitious of holding is cafe's first cafe. So it'll be, the logistics haven't been completely planned up, but we will be planning out some sort of cafe that there will be food and drinks of some sort in January. We haven't had a set date yet, but we're planning it for the January 11th to 16th week. So, and then in February, we have our Design Expo hackathon. So if you're really into hackathons, this is like the case for you. Then in March, we're going to have our plant tour. It's something we've never done before, but honestly, we should have, because it really shows like a different side of food engineering that we've not really touched on as much. So if you're interested in any events, these are going to be the events that we're holding throughout the year. Please come out and join us like you have today.
Yeah, and just to get into sort of our immediate events that are coming up, we have two for this semester. Again, the case competition, it's going to be a kitchen gadget case competition. So, you know, kitchen gadgets, they're a little bit, I think, seen as useless. And there's like a lot of trends, like people testing kitchen gadgets and sort of showing how they're not that useful. But when it comes to people with disabilities, you know, with fine motor skill issues, that's where kitchen gadgets can really come into play. So that's what our case competition is going to be about. So the day before, we'll release a study, a certain person with a certain disability trying to perform a certain task in their kitchen. And then the teams come up with a kitchen gadget design. And then the next day, you would pitch your design to our judges for a chance to win $400 with your team. And that's total with your team. Sorry, not each. So that's coming up really soon. We'll start advertising it on our Instagram at UofT Cafe. So, you know, you can start thinking about getting your team together, and it will happen around October 23rd. Then our next event for the semester, this is our classic event that we always do, our PY plus industry mixer. So this is where you can connect with food engineering companies and professionals. And it's really like a mini career fair. They'll give presentations, and there will be also opportunities for you to chat with them one-on-one and do some networking. And I know even like I myself have sort of developed professional relationships through this mixer, which is really cool. And just to be clear, for the fall semester, all of our events will be virtual. So the case comp and the PY plus industry mixer, they will both be online, which can be really convenient because you don't have to, travel to some obscure room in Bayhan. So yeah, those are our upcoming events. We're gonna, of course, market them and on our Instagram. There will be raffles and prizes always. So please come out. It's going to be a great time. And yeah, those are our events for the semester.
Hello. I'm the VP Outreach of Cafe, and Liaison is one of our newer initiatives this year. The program basically involves recruiting students to market all our events. We are going to start with this program pretty soon, and every form of marketing you do for an event, we'll provide you with the graphics and all the information, and you could like post it on your story, send it to a Facebook group, or make an in-class announcement. And if you submit proof of advertisement for any of those, you will be entered into our post-event raffle. We plan on having raffles after each event. So the more you market each of our events, the higher chance you have to win a gift card at our raffles. The sign-up form can be found on the link tree at the bottom left. I think that's pretty much all.
Okay, yeah. So if I'm assuming that most of you have a phone of some sort, but if you just turn on the camera of your phone, you can scan the QR code.
It's also in the bio on our Instagram at UofT Cafe. So you can access it like that as well. And yeah, just to reiterate, like becoming a liaison, it's a great way to also just stay in touch with what Cafe is doing because you're going to be marketing it. It'll help us so much as well, increasing our reach throughout the UofT engineering community. And finally, it's just a great, easy way for you to be entered in some raffles and win some money without having to do very much.
So here are our social medias. It's usually at UofT Cafe at everything because this is the UofT affiliated one. We're still thinking about trying to open one in different universities, but for now, all our social media is at UofT Cafe on Instagram, on TikTok, and if not, it's gonna be like just search up Cafe UofT and it will come up on YouTube and Facebook. And once again, that's our QR code for our link tree. So that'll just have like all our information, like even registration for upcoming events. So if you just want to know what's going on or like what to sign up for, it's all going to be in the link tree.
Yes, exactly. And our Instagram is a lot of fun. We do food facts twice a week, and they're really interesting and just a really great way, to, in a low commitment way, learn a little bit more about what's happening in the food industry. And different fun facts. So definitely follow us on Instagram, comment on our posts, and that'll really help us out as well in terms of engagement. If we can, if you like our content, commenting on it will really help us because then we know like we should keep doing it. Yes. So now we're going to get into one of my favorite parts of Cafe, which is the Engineer's Bite, our semesterly magazine. So every semester, we talked about it in the video, every semester we work really, really hard on these gorgeous magazines that you can find on our website. Again, you can get to our website through our link tree. It's uoftcafe.school.ca. And the Engineer's Bite has different research articles, summaries of our events, Cafe's achievements throughout the year, our executive team, all of these different amazing things. And also our mentorship program, which we will be relaunching soon. And that's, again, something that we're really, really proud of and will include in the Engineer's Bite. So you can learn like, who are our mentors? What is the mentorship program? And essentially, the mentorship program is a long-term way to build a professional relationship with someone from the food industry. So, you know, if you have, I think one of the challenges with other mentorship programs is that, you know, they pair you up with a professional and then they leave you on your own to sort of build that connection. And I think it can be very nerve-wracking for students to like approach the professional and like ask them questions and say like, hey, like, can we set up a meeting? So what we do is we make it one of the requirements of the program for the mentor to meet with you, the mentee, at least once a month for an hour. And then we'll set up a prompt, a topic for the meeting and some prompt questions to help guide the conversation. And this way, you know, you're forced to sort of continuously meet with this person and build that connection. And without that added pressure of having to reach out to them, it's built into the program. So that's the mentorship program. Again, keep track of our social media and our link tree because we are going to be launching it soon, and space will be limited. You know, if we have around 5 to 8 mentors, we'll only have 2 mentees each. So stay sharp and you will be able to build a great professional connection with someone in the food engineering industry. And yes, the magazines, oh my God, they're amazing. Yeah, I'm always blown away by what the team pulls out. So please check them out. When we do release a magazine, there'll be a crossword in it. So, you know, the first person to fill out the crossword gets, you know, another gift card. And it's just a lot of fun and a great way, again, to learn about the food industry without having to, you know, do a lot of work. We try to make it easily accessible to the student community at UofT. So yeah, I think that's it for our initiatives. And now we can open the floor to a Q&A, and everyone who asks a question will be entered in our raffle to win a $25 Amazon or a different gift card of your choice. So yeah, please go ahead and ask questions and we can field them. Myself or other members of Cafe can try to answer them for you. And yeah, if you ask a question, you can get a gift card. So you can ask anything, you know, past Cafe events, what companies we worked with, any stories that we might have. Yeah, the floor is open to you guys.
I welcome you to unmute, but if you feel more comfortable on the chat, then go ahead.
And Cafe members, you guys can also go ahead and you'll be eligible for the raffle as well. So please feel free. And I guess, you know, one thing to talk about is, oh, great. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so Mei Tong, I don't know how to pronounce that. Do you want to tell me how to pronounce your name? Okay, no, okay, that's okay. So are there any requirements on how many people should be in a case comp team? Sorry if this is mentioned. It's a great question. Last year we did 1 to 4. This year we will clearly state it in the sign up form. So when we do market it, it will be, I think we'll cap it at either 3 or 4. But we'll always, I think, I personally believe that you should be open to do our competitions individually as well. Like there shouldn't be that pressure of having to get a team together. So it'll be 1 to either 3 or 4. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Cassie, so what was the prompt for the competition last year? It's a great question. So, and we'll do something really similar this year as well. So last year, the case competition, it was a person, an individual with myopathy. So just a certain disability for fine motor skills issues. And basically they had to cut it. So the prompt was like cutting vegetables and they couldn't do it. And then what we did was provided 4 existing gadgets that they had to adjust to make better for this person with this disability. yeah, I think Mariel, I don't know, I know you won the competition. I don't know if you want to speak to it at all.
Yeah, I'll speak to it. Here, wait, let me turn on my camera again. Yeah, it was super fun. I did it with two of my friends, and yeah, I like really recommend it. It was just like, it was fun because it was something different. Like, I never did a design competition before, and just like kind of like not only like doing it but hearing everyone else's ideas was just really interesting, and how everyone came up with something else, and like in this so little time that we had really to like come up with an idea. It was kind of crazy, like seeing like everyone's ideas, but it was really fun. Like, it was really fun. And I did the other one also in the winter term, and that was also great. So I really recommend it. I really do.
I love it. That's great. And that's the thing that I forgot. Last year, everyone only had like an hour and a half to put like an idea together. Everyone's ideas were so good. There was like calculations and AutoCAD, and I was like, how did you guys do this? This year though, we will give more time. So we will release it the night before, just to give you guys some flexibility. I think that was just very high pressure. So we're gonna do it the night before, so you have a little bit more time. Yeah, that's the case competition, and Mariel's team did an amazing job. So professional. It was great.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Cassie, for that great question. So next, Nancy, is there a way to be one of the magazine designers? We filled both positions, but if you're really interested, Natalie, what do you think? Could we do a third? Well, let me throw that to you.
Honestly, I would not mind having a third member. I think I think I saw Sanjana's name here too. I don't know. What do you think? I don't mind a third member. If you're really passionate, I would love to have you on board.
Oh, Sanjana's here. What we'll do, Nancy, or anyone
For sure.
here.
First year is great. First year is great. New
Yeah.
blood.
Oh my God, we wanted first years. Actually, we have too few
Mhm.
first years, so that's beautiful. Okay, here's what we'll do. Anyone who's interested in here in being a graphic designer, send us a portfolio, uftcafe@gmail.com. If you send us your portfolio before Friday, just some quick samples of previous work you've done, or if you even want to throw stuff together for this portfolio, we will consider you.
Yes.
How about that? We can do a third.
Yes.
Great question,
It would
Nancy.
be good. It would be good.
We just literally we do that together right now. That was real time decision making. Oh, no problem. Thank you for your interest. Oh yes, Mary, VP Magazine. I think ProTT's here too. Why not, right? It's amazing. Like, the magazine's my favorite. Okay, great. So John V, could you talk more about your collab with Sorted Food? So the case competition was the collab with Sorted Food. I don't know if you want to hear more about like the prizes, because actually Sorted Food gave the prizes that year. This year it's not with Sorted Food, unfortunately, but it will be with professionals in the food engineering industry. So actually maybe more of a positive in that regard. Like, the prize is worth a lot more, $400. And they will actually be like engineering professionals that you will have a chance to sort of, impress and network with. So there's, pros and cons. Of course, there's no clout with them, but that's okay. I don't know, is there a specific question, John V? Okay, maybe not. So that answered it. Okay, great. Thank you. And okay, so we have GIE. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Can we contribute anything to the magazine? This another great question. You know what we should do? We will set up a form. We'll put it on the link tree. And what we'll do is we'll announce what the theme of the magazine is this semester. If you write an article and submit it and we like it, we'll put it in the magazine. Why not? Yeah, and maybe we can make a competition out of it. You know what? Let's set that up too. Okay. Okay, Natalie likes it, Jacqueline likes it. Let's do that. Okay, perfect. Great question. So okay, you guys really liking the magazine. So we'll definitely make opportunities for everyone to contribute to the magazine, either that be in a written format or graphic design. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Jia. So let's set that up, Mary and Pro TT. We can do something there. Okay, so Sasha, is the case competition an internal or external event? External, external for sure. Anyone can do it, anyone can join, and you don't have to be in engineering. All our events are like that. Our team is like that. I guess a fun story, one time, like, because we hire people from like Queens and Ryerson, and someone was like to me, like, why do you do that? Like, that's weird. Isn't it just for UofT engineers? And I was like, I don't care. And I honestly think that's what makes our team so special, is that we have like English students as our editors, for example, and it's like we get such a like diverse range of views. UofT engineering school, it is a bit of a bubble, so breaking out of that bubble has been so valuable for our club. So if you're not in engineering and you're not even going to UofT, that's totally fine. We just do whatever we want here.
I would say that even if you are a UofT Eng student, if you have friends that are not in UofT Eng but are interested in coming, please bring them with you.
Awesome point, because my best friend Shukriya, she joined as a writer. She posted on her story. I think that's how Mary found us. I think Mary got Cassandra on board. So it's just a whole amazing chain reaction of people here. Yes, so it's just so cool. It's like a friend of a friend of a friend, and we just get all these amazing people. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, internal, external. We want everybody. Okay, so can you further explain what the case comp entails? Do you think we answered it, Cassandra? Is there anything unclear? Okay, beautiful. Okay, great. So Nada, who usually comes for the PEY event? Former PEYs in the food industry, or beautiful question. So it's a range. So we have former actual PEY students, but it's PEY plus industry mixer. So we also have professionals who just work in the food industry who didn't necessarily do PEY at UofT. So some examples: Rohit Zakaria from Labatt Breweries. He's a Indie graduate from UofT Engineering, and he's been on board 2 years in a row. Another example, Mariel Albarico from Nestle. Again, she's a chem-eng from UofT, and she founded Cafe actually, and she helped us out last year and spoke at the event. James Yin, former president of Cafe, he works at Weston Foods. And I think Weston Food actually, they bake. I'm pretty sure they bake like the bagels for Tim Hortons, which is really cool. So it's like these little things. It's like so like about the food industry is like there's like a tangible results at the end, and I think that's what makes it so great. So yeah, it's really a mix. I would say majority is past PEY students who then graduated and moved on to food industry. To the food industry as like their professional full-time career. Okay, Natalie Chan, how is everyone enjoying the kickoff event? Yeah, that's a great question. All right, okay, thumbs up. Yeah, maybe we can get some reactions. Do a little, I'm loving it. Amazing. Okay, good. Richard, okay, how long is the kitchen gadget competition? For example, 24 hours. It's a really good question. I think that's exactly what we'll do. So from the day that like the judging period starts, it will be an 1.5-hour event. Exactly 24 hours before that, we will release the problem statement, and then it's up to you how many hours you want to spend on your design the night before. We'll maybe give you like a recommended time, like probably, between 1 to 3 hours. But if you want to be try hard and go all night, like that's your choice. That's your prerogative. Unless that answers your question, Richard. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so Mary Shah, is there a possibility of future cafe events being in person once we don't have lockdown? Another great question. We really, really want to for winter semester. It's the room booking that's hard, but we really, really will try our best. So that's some, when we do the industry tour, and if we end up doing the cafe, like those definitely would have to be in person if they do happen. So we really will try to do them in person winter semester. Okay, Nancy, for the portfolio, do I only need to include some past designs I did? Yes, that's perfect. If you want to, I don't know, add an explanation or anything, it can also be just like illustrations. It doesn't necessarily even have to be like on the computer. So even if you have like hand drawn, just to show us like your artistic flair, that would be great. Okay, amazing.
Yeah, and just like a note for the portfolio, you can honestly just put in anything that you think that you're really proud of and you really like. So like as Ms. Khan said, like you can put in like illustration, I don't know, like any digital graphic work. If you've done, I don't know, website design, you can put that in there. Or like yearbook layout, anything is good. Whatever you're proud of, whatever you're happy with is good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think one thing I can talk, I don't know, are there 2T3s in the house? Any third years, trying to apply to PEY? You can raise your hand. Yeah, okay. I guess one thing I could talk about, and I guess like Richard's here too, is my PEY, because it is in the food industry. So I work and the position's going to open up. It'll be on the portal October 4th. Write that down if you want to work at Kellogg. And it is packaging. So I guess, Richard, there's so many names of packaging tech, packaging development intern, packaging innovation intern. Like there's just so many titles for it, but basically packaging. So a lot of the work that Richard did and now I do is things like reviewing artwork from a technical packaging standpoint. One thing that I recently did was, confidentiality, so I'll be careful, but one thing I recently did was like putting together a giveaway box. That's how specific I'll be, but that was really fun because it's like, what's the most optimal way to put together this box that maximizes this, uses up the most space inside the box. Other things are specs using SAP, which is exciting. And yeah, it's a really, really great position. I highly recommend applying for it. It's an opportunity to grow, really. Like it's challenging, but it's really fun at the same time. So I don't know, Richard, if you want to speak to it at all.
Yeah, like we also did, or I did, and Muskan is doing like cost savings work. So you can find how to save costs on existing packaging for products, and also various supply chain activities. Yeah, it's just one part of the job, but it's a big part of it as well.
Yeah, I was doing it literally 4 hours ago. Yep, so that's great. And I think, there's another question. Okay, so Sasha, is there a site where we can find a list of past case competition prompts? That's a really good idea. So we've only had one case competition actually. So there's one existing prompt. We should put that up on our website. So that's something to think about. Jacqueline, could you note that down? We'll put it up and put it on our link tree, Sasha, so you guys could see, or something like that. So when we open the form for the case competition, in that Google form description, we'll put a link to the past prompt to give everyone a very visible, equitable chance to see the past prompt, whether you're an internal cafe member or external, there's no advantage, just because we have like access to our Google Drive. Yeah, that's great.
Why not put it like on our website even? I think like putting like past sort of event release stuff could be on something good on our website.
Definitely. I think that's a really, really good idea. So we'll make it really easily accessible to anyone, just so that, you don't have to, it'll be on the website. We'll also put it somewhere really easy to access so that you don't have to go digging through. It's a great question, Sasha. Yeah. I don't know. Are there any more questions? Thank you so much, everyone, for asking. I think if that is all the questions, Jacqueline, I don't know if you've
I
been known.
have been keeping track of that.
Awesome. Do you want to? We can do the raffle right now in real time.
Okay, one sec.
So this is your last chance to ask a question if you want to be put into the raffle. Internal cafe members and external attendees, everyone's eligible.
Okay, so I'll share my screen so that you all can see that I added all your names. Is there anyone I missed? I'm gonna go slowly. Tell me if you just asked the question but I missed you.
Can you scroll up one more time, Jacqueline? Let's see. Okay. It looks good to me.
Okay. So, okay, I'm so glad that I copy and pasted it so that I knew that something like this would happen. Like I would be really stupid and then do something like this. Okay. All right, here we go, guys.
Okay.
Sasha, oh wait, never mind. Doing the thing, it's so confusing. Okay.
Oh my God.
Richard.
Oh, yay! Yay! Okay. Congrats, Richard. If you don't want an Amazon gift card, you can specify right now if you want a different one. Uber Eats is an option as well. So yeah, if you want to just privately message myself, if there's a different one that you want. And if you don't, we're gonna Zoom as Amazon and you don't have a choice.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. That's amazing. And we finished early. That's great. Does anyone have any other questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, beautiful. So what I really want to leave you guys with is our liaison and mentorship programs. That's really what we're pushing right now. The mentorship program isn't up yet for you to register, but it will be very soon, hopefully in October. And yeah, sign up to be a liaison. It's super chill. It's really just like put on your Instagram story and then you get entered in a raffle. Like it's really, really simple. So, you know, if you're an internal cafe member or external, you know, please do it. It's just great for our club just to, you know, get the word out there and really spread this awesome industry. And yeah, I think that's everything. Jacqueline, anything else?
Yep, that's it for me. So I'm gonna stop recording now.
Okay, beautiful.